Episode 6 of Season 3 of The Mandalorian, titled Guns for Hire, was a little strange with actors I never thought I would see in Star Wars as we see the Mandalorians begin to be reunited. We went from EDM to Baroque music and everything in between. Oh, and Grogu was knighted. Grogu is a knight now. This is Star Wars Music Analysis.
Do it.
The episode begins with music that reflects the underwater culture of the Quarrens that we first see. Shirley does this by using a sound with a heavy vibrato. That's the shaking, so to speak, of the pitch. This gives us a sound that is similar to the sonar that we would hear in a submarine as well. If you play any video game with a friendly underwater culture like I'm thinking Zelda, you'll often experience a similar sound in the music as well. But the music gets darker as the Quarrens are followed by an Imperial cruiser. But the steel string guitar that plays begins to give away that these are actually going to be gunslingers of space, Mandalorians. It's then that we see that these are remnants of Bo-Katan's former fleet. The next scene picks up with a renewed and confident looking Bo-Katan as she finds her old fleet. Her and Din's flight is interrupted by a welcome message with startlingly cheery music. This didn't feel like it fit in Star Wars, but I think that was the point. This is the naive and friendly time of the New Republic when everyone thought they were safe. No more Empire bearing down on everything. The 16-bit old video game sounds were a bit much though.
Welcome to Plaza 15, the Outer Rim's only remaining direct.
As they exit, the Mandalorian theme comes in with a very sparse variation as everything is empty from the outside.
This is interesting.
This picks up as the light rail takes off though. All of this was giving me a very Epcot vibe as well throughout.
Welcome to Plaza 15, the Outer Rim's only remaining direct democracy.
As they enter the Hall of the Feast, Baroque-inspired music plays as Jack Black speaks to them. This felt like some kind of weird dream, and I don't know how I felt about this. Obviously, they were trying to make something that felt as out of touch with Star Wars as possible in order to reflect how out of touch this culture is, but this was a bit jarring. The music, though, follows traditional Baroque counterpoint stylings while being played by what sounds like a recorder and some sort of organ. Counterpoint is the study of composing with multiple moving lines at the same time. All of this leads to a feeling of people who are slightly out of touch with society and yet want to display their most civilized and cultured side, as that is what Baroque music has come to represent, as the music itself is often holding back relative to its classical and later era counterparts.
Mandalorians. I hope you like secretions. Take a little sip. Come, please.
As Din Djarin mentions the name Kuiil, the music that we heard around Grogu in Season 1 comes back. This immediately sends us back to that first season as Din worked with Kuiil, and Kuiil would help take care of Grogu until he was killed. It also encourages the Ugnaughts to stop their work and speak to the pair of Mandalorians. As they arrive at the docks, the Mandalorian Perfect Fifth chimes through in the synth along with a low drone underneath. And Din has a lot of courage to be picking fights with a B-2 battle droid while being surrounded by them. As they chase the droid, fast and energetic music picks up and rocks throughout the entire chase. More low-energy music takes up from there as they investigate. As they arrive at the droid bar, we hear EDM music from outside. At first, we hear mostly just the bass since that is what travels most easily through walls. However, as the door opens, we hear the rest of the music as well. It's no Niamos, but it's still certainly a banger. However, once they're spotted, the music shuts down completely. It reminded me of the cantina scene in A New Hope when Luke's droids weren't welcome into the bar for sentient species as well.
Hey, we don't serve their kind here.
What?
Your droids, they'll have to wait outside. We don't want them here.
As Bo scolds Din for making threats to the droids, low pulsing music enters, but as the droid opens up to Din and Bo about their more vulnerable feelings, string music comes in, making us feel more of a connection to and empathy for the droids. Shirley held onto this texture until this point in the episode in order to give it further impact, I'm sure.
We don't want to be replaced. We still have a lot to contribute.
As we head back to the Great Hall and remember that Grogu was there the entire time, we hear very cheesy music play in the background until Din and Bo enter.
I've never seen such a streak.
As they're offered the key to Plazir, the Mandalorian motif often found in the recorder has moved to the flute, giving it a more tamed feeling. We finally hear Grogu's theme then, as he's knighted as well.
My lord, my lady.
You are now a knight.
As they arrive at the Mandalorian encampment, Bo-Katan's battle theme enters in the lows. Soft beats enter next as it gets distorted. The distortion pulse enters next as she challenges Axe Woves. That's when we knew this was gonna be awesome.
Do you accept my challenge?
The music picks up from there as the two battle. At the end of the battle, as Axe challenges her rule with words, Bo's heroic theme enters briefly. After this, Din offers Bo the Darksaber. His recorder motif enters with it.
Belongs to you.
He then verifies everyone on Reddit's theories that Bo-Katan had already earned the Darksaber while also demonstrating the most noble act in the entire series. At this point, Bo-Katan's distortion pulsing motif plays along with her heroic theme, and I don't think we've actually heard that happen before as her two paths finally combine as well. This episode was a great balance of humor and lighthearted fun, along with the serious ending that brought so many new possibilities into the show. I still can't believe that Jack Black is in Star Wars now though, and I'm not sure how to ever envision him as an Imperial commander in the past. It answered a lot of Mandalorian questions, but didn't go further to answer what has happened to Moff Gideon. However, it's possible that he is somewhere being held captive with this fleet. With only 2 episodes left already this season, I'm sure that the plot will be moving back towards that storyline next week though. But I would love to know what you all think as well. Where do you think the last 2 episodes of this season will end? And do you think we'll see more Mandalorians join during the rest of the season? And when do you think we'll learn more about Gideon or still that possible Thrawn reveal? Tell me in the comments below what you think. Consider checking out my Patreon page using the link in the description, where you can help support this channel for as little as $1 a month or download PDFs and MP3s of projects as I complete them, along with other perks at higher tiers. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to learn more about the music of a galaxy far, far away. And as always, may the be with you.